Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Get Real with Joel and Sarah. That's us. I'm Joel Van Bursbergen.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are just two pastors at North County Christ the King, looking to have real conversation with you. And today we're going through the next steps.
That's right. Our next steps are 5 different ways that we encourage and support all of you and ourselves.
Yes, yeah.
To keep growing more like Christ and experience spiritual transformation. So we've already talked about baptism,
small groups.
That's right. And growing.
Growing.
That's right. We discovered that we might not be the best plant parents.
It's true.
But we are
We are
called and skilled spiritual growers of humans.
Yes. And
we think we are.
I think we're doing
we
okay.
hope we are. By God's grace and not our power.
Yeah. And the evidence would show that we're still employed.
Yeah, we haven't been fired yet.
No. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think we're doing okay.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well done, you.
Thank you. So I have a question. Have you ever thought about your toes?
Anytime I stub one.
Yes. And that's what I'm going to get at here.
No, really?
Yeah. So I have a story that I wanted to tell that just kind of goes into this, and this will relate to our next step. So
I have faith.
okay, good. So we used to go down to the Oregon coast and
I
go
love
camping
that.
all the time. We love the Oregon coast. There's a place called Cape Kiwanda. It's over kind of by Lincoln City. So it's like
Okay.
a half hour south of Tillamook, if you've been there.
I know where Tillamook is.
Yeah. Okay. So if you get to Tillamook, you can get to Cape Kiwanda. Fun little secret spot. It's been growing a whole bunch. But we used to go there, I think it was 7 years in a row with our family. And this one year, we brought our dog. One of our dogs. We have a golden doodle, and she loved the water. And so she was just really happy to get down there at the water. We need to keep her on a leash all the time. So I grabbed our lead that we had from home, or the one that we usually use camping, and it's one of those those wire
Yeah.
cable ones, but it's coated with plastic, right?
Should be safe.
One would think, but of course, why would I be telling the story if it was? So I bring Millie down to the beach, and she's just having so much fun. She's running back and forth. It's like 20 feet because this
So
lead's
happy.
super long.
So happy puppy.
And at one point, the cable got wrapped around my foot. She takes off running, and it cinches, and it wrung off of my foot. It was really bad, and it
Ooh.
broke my toe.
No,
It
which
was like
one?
I think my second or middle toe, one of those two.
The one you think is not important.
Right? Yeah, the one that I figure I could do without, and it hurt like the dickens. And so then I don't remember exactly how it happened. Everything after that. Not that I blacked out, I just don't remember. But it hurt really bad. And so the next morning we get up, and we're in our trailer, and we get up, and everybody's going to go down to the beach because that's what we do at the Oregon coast. And I stand up, and it's like shooting pain. And so I'm convinced, so I know okay, I broke my toe.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, and I'm slow walking. And I told everyone hey, I'll meet you down there. So I sat, had my coffee for a bit, and then I start walking, and I couldn't walk. At one point, I got maybe 6 campsites down, and I had to sit down. Yeah, one little toe. Yeah, it was awful. I had to go back, and I couldn't go down to the beach, and at the time I was grumpy. But it made me realize our little toes do so much, and we never think about it.
These little phalanges of ours make a
Yes.
big difference.
Yes, Rita Phalanges. I think that's from Friends, isn't it?
I think so.
But yeah, it got me thinking about when was the last time you stopped and thanked your toes? Don't.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, and that would be weird, so that's probably good. But it got me thinking, there's a lot of different things in life that are like that, right?
Yeah.
Where things are just going on and you don't think about it, but once it's damaged or broken, you're like, oh my goodness, I had no idea.
It's like the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's like the Wi-Fi.
As soon as
right?
the Wi-Fi's down, everyone in the family notices.
Yeah.
This little
everybody-
tiny box stuck in the closet
Yep.
is no longer working.
And how are we going to survive?
Right?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
Keurig broke a year or so ago, and I didn't have a coffee maker to replace it.
I'm so
Joel,
sorry.
it was the worst week ever. Right? These little things that you don't think about that make a big difference.
that are really significant, which leads us then to this next step, which is serve on a team. So next step number 4, if you're wanting to grow in your relationship with Jesus at North County, we really believe there's always something more you can do.
And that's not like a shame or value situation there. That's
Yeah.
like, hey, you have not arrived.
Yeah. Good job. Keep going.
Yeah,
Here's your next step.
that's right.
Hey, I didn't even do that on purpose. It's
what? It's
wow.
like we meant it
That's
purposefully. But yeah, there's always one more way for you to become more like Christ this side of heaven. And so one way we do that is on teams.
Yeah, we serve on a team. And so what does that look like? There are all sorts of teams. And the particular one that you brought up before we were filming, is the coffee team.
I love our coffee team.
I do too. And I don't even know all of you, but I know Kevin and Kylie
I
and the rest of
rely
you.
on all of you. way more than I should. But
Yeah.
also, everyone who comes in the doors on Sunday morning, they have some place where they feel like they're taken care of, that they can congregate, they meet their people. They're like, hey, I'll see you at the coffee station.
Yeah.
And they connect. And we even have littles who like to make their own little hot chocolates and things. And they look so cute. These little toddlers and preschoolers carrying their hot cocoa into church. It just makes me very happy.
We love it. Yeah. And I don't know if you remember this. It might have been before you were here, but I do remember a particular event that wasn't a weekend service that we decided to not have coffee at. Yeah. And those of us on the planning team were like, it'll be easy. Everything's going on in the worship center. It must have been a concert or something like that. And we thought, yeah, we'll just go without coffee. It'll be fine. And there were numerous people who spoke up and were slightly perturbed about it.
There was probably a small riot.
Yes, yes.
I want to think that this is not just because we're in the Northwest.
Well, yeah, I think you're right.
Like-
Though maybe a little bit more severe in the Northwest.
Probably. We
We
get
are
a
the
little
coffee
cranky.
people.
But
No comment.
another team that makes a difference that we don't think about very often is like the slides on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
I was foolishly put in charge of slides once. And being on the worship team for so long, I have a lot of these songs memorized. And I don't think about the lyrics until someone near me taps me on the shoulder and they're like, I don't know what to say. You need to push next. I'm like so behind. But these, the slide and the production team, like they are on top of it. And they help all of us stay engaged and focus on worshiping God. And they're
Yep.
not creating distractions.
Yeah. Yeah. And if that was gone,
We would all notice.
yeah. Yeah. How many people would know the words, right?
Mhm.
I mean, not that anybody on the worship team would
No.
have that happen.
We never rely on those.
No.
There's not cheater screens.
No, totally.
Nope. Don't be distracted on Sunday. Don't look for them.
Yeah, don't watch me staring at the back wall. Oh.
Moving on.
What's another like underdog?
the radar?
Under the radar. Yeah, not
Yeah.
underdog. What's another one you can think of?
Oh,
Just shoot from the hip here.
as a mom, going to church, the ladies who hold the babies or that entertain the teenagers.
Oh yeah.
We literally started coming to North County when we moved to Linden because we were told that the kids place, that's the words here, kids place team is amazing. And they are. My youngest, when she graduated out of kids place, she told me, she's like, Mom, I just want to grow up and be Dawn. I want to be Miss
Aw.
Dawn. And because she created such a space where people felt seen and loved and they had fun at church. And we want our kids to associate church with a safe place where they are valued and they can express themselves in the way that God created them to do so.
Yeah. And those people serving on those teams do that.
Yes.
So there's a few reasons that we really believe in serving on a team, and I've picked a few Bible verses that just kind of illustrate some purposes or some points.
It's not just because we want all of you to do the work that we don't want to do.
Exactly.
There's
Yes.
more to it.
Yeah, like I don't want to do it. Someone else do it.
Someone else hold the babies.
Someone else make coffee. I'm busy. No, it's none of that. But Jesus ultimately, he says that he
yeah.
came not to be served, but to serve.
Mm.
So it's one of the things that we do. And one of the reasons we implement this is because it's a great opportunity to put yourself last, right? And
Yeah.
to put others before you. And, sometimes it's easier. I mean, I'm serving, well, it's my job, but I also serve on the worship team and
Yeah.
other people serve. And that's like super fun, right?
Mhm.
But there's also some other things that take some hard work, right?
Yeah.
And so then what we're doing is we're putting others before ourselves.
We're becoming little Christs
Yes, yeah.
when we
Christians.
serve.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons. And yeah, it's Matthew 20:28. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others and give his life as a ransom for many.
Yeah. And so
Look-
if Jesus does it, who are we to say we shouldn't be doing it?
Yeah. Yeah. The bonus or the fortunate thing is that we don't ask you to do the second part of that verse and give your life as part
No.
of serving.
I mean-
you can live.
Sometimes it feels like I'd rather be doing something else. And it is sacrificial.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's true.
Yes.
Especially when we have to play a song that I don't like. But then it's my own fault.
Oh, yeah. Who picked those songs? Let's be
Oh,
honest.
The other thing is belonging. So I was just reminded of this yesterday, really, when I was thinking about doing this today. But when you get to serve on a team, you're not just by yourself. You're
Yeah.
not in a vacuum, but you are with other people, and you develop a relationship with that.
Absolutely.
My wife just started serving at North County Youth last year
Mm-hmm.
in high school, and she's got a small group of girls. She has got great relationship with them, and that's one
Yeah.
of the things that she loves. She loves serving them, but she She loves being able to watch them grow and watch them learn. Yeah. And then when we join a team, there's also like a camaraderie that happens, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The worship team was the first team I joined at North County. And I remember being new to Linden. I didn't know anybody, but I had this passion for music and worship. So you guys made me audition, which was very scary, but also, it's kind of important to make sure that I can carry a tune. It was an instantaneous family. People who were interested, they knew my name, maybe just because they saw it on the planning roster, right? Someone is on keys. Who is that? Who's on first? Sarah is. But it was an instantaneous team. And not only do we all have something in common, right? But we all are seeing each other on a regular basis. And it's been fun being on staff now. On Sunday mornings, I'm in the Commons. I'm, connecting with small group humans, answering questions. But I see the greeter team.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take a lot of traditional skills to be a greeter. You just have to be a human with a little less RBF than anyone else. And so these people are just standing there and they see one another coming in and they're on the same rotation usually. And so every time they meet, they're like, hey, how did that doctor's appointment go? Hey, how was the visit with your kids? And they know one another. And then they get to take that family feeling of being on a team with people that they know, that love them, and then they get to go and greet others in that same spirit. And it's beautiful and powerful.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. Are there any other reasons we should join
The
the team?
other reason, yes, there is one more reason that I thought of, and that's accountability. And this is kind of where
I always like that word.
I know. It's like taking your vitamins. It's good for you. You need it.
It is.
But it's not pleasant. Unless they're the Flintstone ones. Actually, wait. I don't think any kids these days have an unpleasant vitamin experience, do they?
No. This
These
was
gummies.
This is our age showing. But at least we didn't have to take castor oil.
True. That was where my head first went.
Really?
Did you always see that like on the Bugs Bunny cartoons? Like, what is this castor oil stuff? That
Goop
sounds
that
terrible.
looks like tar.
Yeah,
Blech.
like cod liver oil. Like,
No.
what was wrong with our forefathers?
We won't complain about our vitamins.
True. Yeah. I bet. Could you sing? If I asked you, I won't ask you, but could you sing the Flintstone vitamin song? Do you remember that?
I did not grow up with TV. I know. Did you know this about me?
I think I did.
I
Yes. Now that I
know.
remember that, I
Yeah.
remember you had.
I didn't have
moving
TV access to
around and-
TV until I think it was the year 2000-ish. I know,
Wow.
right? So I know some things. It was all on reruns.
I hear a quiz coming up in our near future.
I can sing Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh, that's the best.
And
I love that
Darkwing
show.
Duck.
A Darkwing Duck. You
Yeah.
better watch out, you bad boys. Okay, I get the feeling that I may have rabbit trailed us. Maybe a little bit.
I think that might have been me too. But,
Okay.
but
But we went
me,
off on accountability.
Tell
right?
me why this is good.
So accountability, this is where this sort of parallels the same sort of purpose as a small group.
Okay.
So we want to grow in the image of Christ, right? We
Mhm.
want to grow, and I want to be more like Jesus. And
Do
I
you want
join a small group because then I get around other people who want to do the same. And when you're in that sort of relationship, then you have people who can call you on things.
Absolutely.
And I have lots of examples in my life I can think of from it being in a group, whether it was a small group or being on worship team or
Mhm.
other things I've served in. But there's that accountability where now we're each not only just developing relationship and enjoying each other,
Yeah.
but we're helping each other as well.
You and I have done this for each other on worship team. We have been it was probably me. Joel is never in a bad mood.
I wonder if my family's watching. They might make
You'll
comment.
confirm this, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But at one point, we were both on worship team, and one of us, we've probably had this happen multiple times. So one of us is not in a good headspace. We are not ready to sing victory in Jesus. We are more like angry David or Job being
oh,
like,
Lord,
why
slay
is
my
life
enemies.
why is life hard? But we are literally there to usher people into a space of praise and gratitude and awe. And so we have called each other out and been like, hey, do you need to process something before we lead? Because your face ain't saying what your mouth is saying,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so helpful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you for that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I forgot of those things. But that's exactly the point. And it reminds me of the writer of Hebrews. Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. That's Hebrews
Mhm.
10:24. So the whole purpose here, again, we just keep coming up to this whole point that serving Jesus is not done in a vacuum,
No.
but that we have to be doing and processing with people. And so part of that happens when we're serving on a team. And it's
I
a
love
built-in way
that.
to do that.
Yes, community makes
Yeah.
everything better.
You know, one thing I've learned that just came to my mind. One thing I've learned, I'm working on some songs, like some personal project songs right now. Yeah, I'm
Ooh.
excited. I'm hoping, I don't know, they'll come out sometime.
This is like a teaser trailer.
I know,
love
right?
it.
Stay tuned. Maybe. I've been saying that for a few years, but I'm working. But one thing I've learned about myself that I think kind of parallels this with serving on a team, I'm really good at writing guitar stuff and music and all that. And then when I do lyrics, I tend to get kind of like clogged in my head,
Oh, yeah.
overwhelmed, and I just can't think right.
Mm.
And I have found that I've written some of my best lyrics when my subconscious is kind of working on it. So when
Really?
I'm just humming the song while I'm cleaning or while I'm doing something just random and I'm not even thinking about it or not even trying. And I find that that's where some of the best productivity has come for me.
Yeah, when your hands are busy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think that sometimes some of the best things can happen when we're not focusing on not sinning or fixing
Yeah.
these things, but we're just doing a different activity with people. And then, it comes out in that sort of way.
I
So
like that.
not always focusing on this one thing, but that thing comes out and happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you're studying, let's say, Hebrews, and you're going through this passage and talking about, let us focus on ways to motivate one another towards good works, but like love is in there, right? And
Yep.
so we can think about that. We can be like, yeah, serving is a loving thing to do. But then going and doing it exposes your brain and heart to new aspects of it.
Yes.
Doing it with others, watching them do it in a more loving, motivational way teaches me how to do that better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. And it's something about, God speaks to us and works in us when we're in all the different times. But I like that as well.
Now, there are a lot of reasons that people have to not serve,
Yes, there
and
are.
a lot of them feel valid.
True.
So let's talk about some misconceptions.
Love it. So what's one misconception
Okay.
that people have?
One is that serving at church is an obligation. Now, I grew up with this in a church, a little tiny church. I think we had like maybe 100 people on Easter Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yes.
little. Everyone knew everyone. And because of that, everyone had to serve, because if we didn't, then there was no fellowship hall coffee or donuts. There was no Sunday school for the kids.
Donuts are a really good motivator for most things.
Right? We wanted the people to come to church, so we have to have donuts. We should tell Kurt.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, note for all of you, send Kurt and Kelly notes on donuts. We'll talk about investment next week on the episode. That's not tied to that at all.
Nice.
But the obligation is that feeling of obligations there. And if I don't serve, then I am doing Christianity wrong. I am a bad human. And sometimes I don't want to serve on certain teams, Joel. I don't like changing diapers or washing dishes. I really don't.
You know what? I love that you say that, because let's be honest, right? And you who are watching / listening, like, I'm sure you all have things as well. Like, I just don't like doing that.
Maybe you don't want to be in front of a microphone.
Yeah. Maybe you don't want to click an arrow for slides. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I would die doing that. And
Maybe
I would be
looking at
terrible.
1,000 people coming in the church building every day and smiling at them is not your jam.
Then that is okay.
That is
Be
okay.
honest about that.
Yeah. There's no shame in saying that some tasks aren't for you. But is there shame? Is serving an obligation? What do you think, Joel?
On this one, I think ultimately no. I think you should, but you're not obliged.
I think
Is that the answer you wanted me to give you?
I don't know that I had an expectation.
Oh, okay, good.
I think this is a conversation. This is a real conversation, Joel.
Well, then I guess,
about a real mental, emotional dilemma.
Yeah. So I think no. At North County, you are welcome to come here. I've talked to other pastors who have come here, or other people who have come from Church Hurt, who are just here to get some peace for a while. And that's okay. I think, though, the other part of that is, if you want to grow, you can't do it in a vacuum.
Yeah. I think that God doesn't deal in shame language.
True.
So when I talk to someone and I'm like, hey, so where are you serving? And they like get that look of like, I have to tell you, I'm a horrible human. God does not deal in shame.
Truth.
He never tells us that we are like a horrible, messed up, broken human that he can't use.
Yep.
And that's what shame does. Instead, he says, hey, there's a better way to do life, and I recommend this. This is the way to do life. And then we can say, you're probably right. I'm going to do that. And he says serving is a really good thing for us to do. So much so that he came down to serve us in body so that we could see the impact of service. So while it's not an obligation, I do think it's a highly recommended and vital aspect of following Jesus.
I agree. I like that you said that God doesn't deal in shame. And if you're starting to feel shame, then you should question where that voice is coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even was it John 8 when Jesus was dealing with the woman caught in adultery,
Yes.
right? He loves her and he doesn't condemn her. He even said like, neither do I condemn you.
Yeah.
Now go and sin no more.
Right.
It's like, hey, I'm not ticked off at you, but go do this instead.
Yeah.
And I think that's how he deals with.
I love that. Okay, what's another misconception, Pat?
There's another misconception that people think that it takes too much time. I'm too busy. I don't have enough time to do
Dude,
this.
Life is chaotic and
It
busy.
is. And I'll be honest with you, like I feel like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here, which would look really weird. But because I also just told you that right now my life doesn't allow for a small group.
I
told
wasn't
you
going to
that.
bring it up, but maybe God's convicting you.
Oh no, it's the voice of the Holy Spirit convicting me.
See, this is why I just hold my tongue and I give it a week, and then God's like, "Don't worry, I got Joel.
Like I'll get him. I'll get him.
It was fine."
So, but that is a misconception that,
Yeah.
you know, I don't have time to serve. I don't have time to do this, but because there's too much going on. So that's the misconception that I don't have the time to do it. And here's the thing. And man, I'm really good at giving like both sides of the equation. I'm really good at that.
We are talented.
There's two truths here. You might be too busy, and maybe you have a newborn baby. Life's crazy.
Dude, you need sleep.
Yeah.
Come let me hold your baby, even though I won't drop them, but I might wake you up when it's time to change a diaper. Come let us hold your baby. Can we give you permission to sleep at church?
Yeah.
Like, that is fine.
Just tell Kurt we told him.
Yes. Sarah and Joel have given me a pass because I have a newborn. Yes.
But what I'm getting at is that so there is that reality, and we do need to take care of ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is also another reality that exists, and that is if you want to grow, then you need to subject yourself to new things. If you don't like where you are in life right now, then that means what you're doing is not working.
Yeah.
And so if you are wanting to grow, then maybe you should think about
doing something new
and different.
Outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah. And the good news is, like, we have all sorts of different things. I think of Jim, who comes every Thursday or Wednesday and does the leaf blower.
Yeah.
I'll watch him because I'm usually working on the stage in the worship center. He'll come in, go to Sean's area, grab the leaf blower, go out. It's a half hour or less, and he's gone.
Walks around, makes a bunch of noise.
Yep.
Pushes a bunch of debris off the sidewalks.
Yeah, it's great, and that's doable for him. Worship team is half of a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big commitment. So yes, it's real that you might be stretched for time, but the misconception would be that therefore I cannot serve at all. I'm figuring this out as we go. Look, see my wheels are spinning. But yeah, the misconception would be I can't serve at all. That's not true. You can.
You can.
And we have things to help you with that you can do.
Absolutely. We're going to talk a bit later about the Part You Play assessment that talks about your own spiritual gifts, your strengths, your skills, your passions. But I just met with a gal this last month who is a stay-at-home mom. She's got a little who's still at home, and so she can't do a half of a Sunday.
Yeah.
That's not feasible for her and her 3-year-old.
Yeah.
However, she used to be in graphic design. And so she came through and learned about our Bridge Single Moms Ministry and the fact that they didn't have anyone to help them design any of their printouts or their advertisements and things. And so they've partnered up with Terry Harris, who runs the Bridge. And so Terry is going to have help now when it comes to designing handouts and different designs for her ministry. And that's absolutely within the time frame and the bandwidth of this stay-at-home mom.
That's so great.
Right?
Yeah.
So it might look totally different than what you've expected. And we have another team, 2 gals who just come in together and they chat while they refill the church coffee stations.
Yep. Wednesday mornings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yeah. I love them for that.
All right. So another misconception.
Yes. What else you got?
Yeah. That I don't have anything good enough to offer, or my skills are not important enough.
Oh, that hurts to even hear.
I know. But there is this conception that only special people are called to serve the church. And I think that most people assume that if they don't want to be on stage or if they don't like handling babies, that there's nothing in between. And we hope that by having this conversation, you've heard leaf blowers, graphic design at home on your own time, filling up the coffee pods for all of the Keurigs scattered around. We might have a coffee addiction.
I don't want to talk about that.
That's another episode. We'll
There's
talk
one
about
drug that's okay to be
conviction.
addicted to.
We'll talk about conviction and addictions on another episode. But like, there's so many things.
Yeah.
And just like your toes, right? Your little toe might not feel very important, but as soon as it's not operating, the whole rest of the body feels the lack of that toe doing its job. And right now, we feel a lack. You might not be aware that the rest of the church is feeling a lack, but what you bring to the table is really important. And we need each one of us as the body of Christ to be doing its job.
Yep, absolutely.
Any other misconceptions?
There is one, and the other one that I've heard is that it's always draining and it's not fulfilling and it's just going to take all my energy. And again, I am the best at double answers. But yes, it will take energy. But again, if you want to grow, you need to do something different. And we don't get fulfillment without exerting some sort of energy. So yes, that is true. It does for me, worship team. Again, it's my job, but we have
But it became your
teams.
job because it was a calling that you served and
Yep.
you found joy and fulfillment in.
Yes, yeah. Dexter, who's been playing drums
Yeah.
for like 15 years here now, a friend of mine from high school. Dexter talks about this, that he is up at like 5:30 every morning throughout the week, and when he's on worship team, he doesn't get any sleep-in days
Yeah.
that week. So yes, it's tiring. However, what did I say? 15 years, maybe it's 12 years, something like that. He continues to be a faithful part because it fills him up and because he's a blessing. And so yes, it does take energy, but man, that really pays off. So it will take your energy, but
Just
yeah,
because
you
it
feel
takes
better.
your energy doesn't mean that it's dull or draining,
Yeah,
right? It's like that opportunity you have to spend time with a best friend that you haven't seen in a while. Is it still a time drain? Technically, yes, but you walk away feeling 10 pounds lighter,
yeah,
and you're smiling for like a week.
yeah,
And in the same way, when you find the space that God created you to serve in, it makes a world of difference.
absolutely.
Like, I do not have the same gifts that Mama Susie has here on staff.
Yep.
I literally am tasked with making a dinner for a church event soon with only under 20 people. It's fine, right? My brain would not start on figuring out how to do that. I was like, I have no clue how to start. My oven currently doesn't work, Joel. Like, I don't know how to do this. And so I went to Bree Mayberry, who was on our small group draft for humans who bring good food to small groups.
Yep.
And I was like, Bree, I don't know what to do. She's like, Sarah, that's so easy. Go to Costco. And I'm like, I didn't even think of Costco. She's like, you need help. I was like, I know. Right? But like, that is not my gifting serve sweet spot.
Yeah.
I need someone else who can help my brain learn how to serve well in the kitchen. But also, I'm there for Bree when she's like, I don't know how to lead a small group. And I'm like, I've got your back, you know?
Hey.
So we're all needed. And I don't serve every week in the kitchen because it would be draining and dull and unfulfilling for me. But it is a sacrificial act of service for this one time a year, she said with great conviction and hope.
I felt attitude in that one. Weird. You know, so all of this circles around to 1 Corinthians 12, where Paul talks about how the body is made up of many different parts.
Mhm.
And I didn't even think about that when I thought about my toe. But yeah, you might be a toe, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
We need you.
We do. And when you're not here, you are missed. And
Yes.
it's funny, but it's true. When my toe was not in commission, I missed it greatly.
Right?
And when you're not here, you're missed as well. And so we want you to know we would love you to get involved and serve on a team somehow. That's our fourth next step. And that is, next step number 4.
Yeah. And if you don't know where to start, go ahead and check out the Next Steps page. You can click on Grow or Serve. And on both of those next steps, you'll find the Part You Play assessment. Take that. It takes 15-ish minutes. There are a lot of questions, but that's because we want to make sure you're placed on a team that is not unfulfilling or draining. We want you to come away feeling like you have served a good purpose and that you are growing in community with others.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode here of Get Real.
That's right. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, at Let's Get Real with Joel and Sarah. You can also check us out and connect with us on our emails and stuff. You can find us on the church website.
Yep. Yeah.
We're on the staff page.
Yeah, we're there. You can
At
find
least
us.
for as long as God is willing to keep us here.
If you have any comments or questions, you can email us at getreal@ncctk.com. But other than that, we'll see you next time.
Bye.